When God allow you to look back, you begin to see God's hand in everything. I have 4 children. 2 of them are grown. And my youngest boys, they're 16 and 17. When they were all under 10, I remember being broke and desperate. I always felt like I was waiting on a God I didn't even know. I went from sleeping on other people's couches, and then God finally blessed me with a place of my own. It was so small, you could see every room from the living room. But I was grateful. During this time, most of my relatives had started moving to Alabama. I was still in Atlanta. I remember it almost going on the second day that me or my kids haven't eaten. I had nobody to ask. My family was in another state. I was fairly new in the neighborhood. My daughter, who was about 7 at the time, I would always catch her talking to herself. And she said, Mom, I'm talking to my friend. Well, ain't nobody in the room but her. My daughter said, Mom, we live with another family. And I said, girl, what you talking about? She said, yes, this is my friend, and there's her mom, and there's her dad. And she also have a brother. No, she's a kid. So I just brushed it off. They had been telling me they were hungry, off and on all day. I was so discouraged, man. I remember my daughter coming and telling me, Mom, my friend's mom and her dad, they said they're gonna get us some food. But first, we gotta go to the park. And mind you, I wasn't thinking about going to no park. I wanted to eat. I wanted my kids to eat. But then I end up considering it. Like maybe it'll be a distraction. Maybe they won't think about being hungry so much. I packed my youngest in the stroller and we walked to the park. The park was like 2 streets over. Got to the park, they all playing. I'm pushing my youngest on the swing, and then I sat on the swing next to him. I was sitting there trying to hold back tears. I wanted them to be distracted, but I also didn't want them to waste energy. I had no means to replenish. Then something was just pulling me to look to my right, and right by the slide, it was like this yellow folded booklet. And I get up and I go look to see what it is. Y'all, it's a wick book. It's filled with so many wick slips. I'm talking about eggs, cheese, milk, cereal, juice, and it wasn't expired. And bad as I needed it, I kept saying, I can't spend nobody else's wig. Y'all, I literally heard an audible voice say, use them. The chills that went down my body, I can't even explain. There was a little mom and pop corner store near the park. When I went in that store, those people didn't ask me for no ID. They didn't even ask me to sign the slips. I immediately knew this was God. It was so much stuff. I had to take my baby out the stroller, carry him, pack all the food in the stroller, and have my oldest push it, which is my daughter. My daughter said, Mom, it's not heavy. My friend said she'll help me push it. And ever since then, I have seen God's hand in every area of my life. If I have to fast forward from then to now, my kids aren't hungry anymore. My refrigerator isn't lacking. I own my house. I ain't talking about no mortgage. I fully own, deed and title in hand, a house that I didn't work for. I'm only telling you this to keep you from despising small beginnings. God said, count your blessings. He is way more faithful than you could ever imagine. For I know the plans I have for you, declares the Lord. Plans to prosper you and not to harm you. Plans to give you hope and a future. And his word will not return to him void. Y'all be blessed.